Hi everyone, Katie, Florio, and Joanne Bethay here from the Clemson Insider. And as you can see, this background is a little different. That's because our boss so graciously put together a new studio for us to do all kinds of different work. So we will all have different types of shows, some by ourselves, some together, bring in different athletes, different people involved in Clemson athletics, and just give you a new kind of perspective. So we're super excited about that. But first, we want to talk about this weekend. It was a very busy weekend in Clemson, sports-wise, university-wise. Lots of things were going on, and the main focus was obviously the spring game that took place on Sunday. Now, Joanne, that was your first time working in the spring game, so what was that like for you?
It was really awesome getting to be on the other side of it, not just be a fan. ESPN brought some great food to the press box, which we appreciated. But what really stood out was the two freshman rookie receivers, Frey Gladson and Joseph Nagata. They were actually the two leading receivers for the orange and white game, beating out players such as T. Higgins, which, came to a shocker as me. Also, Chase Bryce proved that he's not just a second-string quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is here to play at the half. He was actually beating Trevor Lawrence for yardage. So he was very impressive. And so this offense, I feel like they're clicking and they're communicating very well. The only one that was not was the offensive line, and Gage Cervenka actually told us that is something that they plan to work on this summer.
Yeah, and you could see from watching it on TV too that, the media, Kirk Herbstreit was down there with Coach Sweeney the whole time, and it was just a very kind of fun, light atmosphere. So
It was really neat seeing him talk to Coach Sweeney the whole time, since his sons will be joining the football team this fall. And it was really neat seeing them talk together, because it was like a bunch of boys just, talking about a football game
just chilling
and just having a good springtime.
Exactly. And so I did watch it on TV. I had to watch it back earlier today because I was covering Clemson baseball, as I always do, but that's okay. I love baseball, so I was fine missing that to cover. Now, it was a big series, a big weekend for Clemson as Louisville came to town. Now, Louisville was ranked as high as number 8 going into this series, and it was just a really big one because both teams were tied for second in the Atlantic Division prior to this series. Now, Clemson did win the series. They won Friday night, and they won Saturday as well. They could not get the sweep on Sunday. It did go to extra innings, but they just couldn't hold on to that. But overall, a good weekend to get that series win for them, and now the Tigers will now be traveling to FSU this weekend, another big division series for them. They've been on a roll lately. They've been going well, so they should be able to take care of business down in Tallahassee this weekend.
We also can't forget what happened on Sunday. Katie got her
Clemson ring. As
ring.
far as university, big day. I was super excited about
Show that bling, Katie.
My Clemson ring yesterday. So that was it was really cool for me because I am the first person in my family to go to Clemson.
Starting the legacy.
Yeah, my whole family's from the north, so when we moved down here, we really didn't know a ton about Clemson and just started coming to the games and fell in love with the atmosphere and just the family.
And there's so much tradition behind the ring.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And so that was another thing, to go into the ceremony yesterday. I always knew it was a big deal. So many people have asked me, well, why is this such a big deal? I don't think they emphasize it as much at other schools.
No, they don't.
But the ceremony was great. Too long to describe, but if you do get the chance to go for a child or sibling or any relative,
highly recommend.
I suggest you go because there is a lot of tradition and history within the ring, and so I'm just super proud and excited to wear it. My time at Clemson has been great.
One more year.
Big part of that has been to the Clemson Insider and the opportunities they've given me with broadcasting. So yeah, it was a great weekend overall in Clemson.
Yes, it was. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Clemson Insider with Joanne Bethay and Katie Florio.